If you're new here, I'm the Classic Farmer, and this week we're talking about the Track 188. If you haven't seen the 188 on tracks before, or it's a completely new concept to you, I'll go ahead and catch you up in the next couple of clips right about here. This old girl's been sitting outside for the past 4 years. I think it's about time we moved it inside to take a bit more care of it, so we'll have to do a little bit of work to it. Needs a few battery cables and a little bit of engine oil maybe. We'll drain the old watery oil out and see if it starts. Let's see what we've got for oil. Yummy. Oh, no go. Now, a lot of you will have seen the 188 before when we went and rescued it last year, and the past few clips you'll have seen before, but maybe you wanted to watch them again, who knows. Let's talk about what's happening, because everywhere I go, everyone wants to know what's happening with the Track 188. Well, I had great intentions this winter of restoring the 188, but there's a change in circumstances. The 188 is safe in the shed here. I have got some stuff coming down the pipeline that you'll find out in a future date. and I may need the 188 now quicker than I thought. So if I'm going to be using it to do some work, I realistically haven't got the time this year to do a full restoration on it. Which brings me to the decision point now of what do we do with it. Well, ideally, what I want is, I want to try and do a video series on restoring this with a sponsor. So if any of you know any tractor parts suppliers who would be interested in sponsoring the bits to do a rebuild in exchange for the advertisement on the video series, send them my way. I'm more than happy to talk to them to see if we can come to an agreement. That'll probably have to get pushed back realistically now to next winter. So what do we do now this year to try and get the bog beast into a condition where it can run? Well, you've probably seen in the last videos that it was blowing oil out the exhaust like a rain shower. It's going to be either stuck rings or leaking valves. From memory, the last time Dad was using it, it was leaking oil like a shower as well. But it still runs, as you've seen, it starts up, first tip of the key, and it'll do a day's work. The other problem is one of the brakes is a little bit bad on one side. So I think in order to get this thing going this year, I'm going to have to pull it up to the shed, we'll have to tension the undercarriage, we'll put a seat on it because the seat's absolutely rotten, and we'll do that half side brake that needs done. We'll take the old girl out and get her working in her working clothes like this. You know, she doesn't need to look pretty to do a bit of work. And next year, after she's done some work and brought herself back into the working fleet, we'll pull her in. Hopefully by that time we'll have found a partner who's willing to come online with us and work on the restoration, and hopefully next year we'll bring her up into a nice restored state. But yeah, change of plan. It's not going to get restored this year. I know a lot of you probably wanted that to happen, but to me it's more important that I can actually use her for work and get her working, and that's my first priority, is to get this old girl out, get her into a shape where I can use her, albeit topping up the engine oil every day, and get a bit of work done, and then give her the love she needs whenever I get a chance. So yeah, there you go, that's what's happening on the 188. There should be lots more footage of it doing some work next year, which a lot of you will probably like. It's definitely heading out to do some ploughing, and then if some of these other things that I'm dreaming up come to fruition, it will be doing a few bits of other work as well, kind of what it was designed to do. But I'll tell you what, I'll give you a tour of it as it sits in the shed, and you can have a look and see what I need to get done to get back to a working state, if nothing else. Right, so she did suffer a lot when she sat out. The undercarriage, we'll have to get the tensioning back in it. I'm hoping the seals and the tensioners are still okay. She'll need a real good power wash for a start, so we can see what's on the undercarriage. As you can see, the seat's rotted off her, so we'll get a seat on her. There isn't much left on the dash. You don't need anything on the dash to drive her. The brake, as you can see, it's sitting a bit low on the left hand side. That side needs done, so we'll have to take the track off that side, split the half out and get the brake done over there. The engine, you've seen it, it starts, it runs like a trooper, but as you can see by the exhaust here, it blows all out the exhaust like nothing normal. That could be stuck rings, because let's face it, this girl never done any hard work in her life. It sat idling on a potato harvester most of its life, and between that and then sitting for those years, the rings could be stuck. So some of this may resolve itself if we put it in something and give it a little bit of abuse to loosen the rings up. Who knows? We'll see how it goes, but at the minute the engine starts, it runs. That's all we need. The cows had a good nibble on the wiring out in the field, so obviously it's not charging or anything like that. And that actually looks like a alternator off a JCB. Yeah, who knows? Anyway, we don't need wiring to start it. It'll jump, but I may tidy the wiring up on it somehow to get it going. Back end, I think all was good in the back end of it the last time it was out. Hopefully the lifting on still works. I know the last day we used it before it was parked, I was working on the mast with it, so the hydraulics were working then. It's a case now of get this old girl into a state where I can use her, and then get to the restoration that everybody's so dying to see. But first things first, she needs to be got into a working state, and I need to get her out to do some work. Now, if you made it to the end, here's a couple of bonus pictures that I found whenever the bog beast was doing some work out and about for us. When she was back in her working clothes, I guess. And if you liked the video, don't forget to like it, drop a comment, and have a chat with me down there in the comments. And if you're not subscribed, give us a subscribe. You never know what's going to happen next.